Moving from a first LEGO purchase to a smarter second tier is where many buyers lose clarity. Small impulse sets feel safe. Very large sets feel impressive. The space in the middle is where the best long-term decisions usually sit. That is the under 200 category. It can give you a build that feels substantial without forcing premium shelf space, premium build time, or premium buyer regret. This is the range where a set should do at least one job extremely well. It should calm your display space, deepen a theme you already enjoy, add real building satisfaction after work, or introduce a more advanced format without pushing you into collector territory too early. The wrong move here is buying bigger just because it looks like progress. The smart move is upgrading into a set that matches your available time, your display style, and the kind of experience you actually want to repeat. The problem with this budget tier is that it looks flexible from the outside but feels crowded once you start comparing options. Many sets in this range are visually attractive. Fewer are genuinely good upgrade steps. Some are just enlarged versions of beginner sets. Some need more space than buyers expect. Some look premium in pictures but deliver a repetitive build or a display footprint that quickly becomes awkward. Buyers also make a common mistake here. They stop asking what role the next set should play. They start asking which box looks most impressive. That leads to clutter, unfinished collections, and a shelf full of unrelated purchases that never build momentum. A smart upgrade guide needs more than a ranked list. It needs a filter. The next set should either improve your display quality, deepen your preferred theme, or increase build satisfaction in a way you can realistically maintain. If it does not do one of those clearly, it is not an upgrade, it is just a more expensive detour. The guiding rule is simple. In this category, upgrade by role, not by size. That means you first decide what job the set needs to do in your life. A calm display set should make a room feel more complete and not demand a huge footprint. A themed set should strengthen a fandom you already know you enjoy and not pull you into a line you will not continue. A mechanical set should give you more interaction and not just more parts. When you follow role before scale, the category becomes easier to navigate. You stop comparing everything against everything. You compare display with display, theme with theme, mechanics with mechanics. That also protects you from the most expensive mistake in this range. You avoid buying a set that feels like a miniature premium purchase without giving you premium satisfaction. The right under 200 upgrade should feel meaningful the first evening, stable on the shelf, and easy to justify even if it becomes one of only a few sets you keep visible all year. The first smart path is the calm display upgrade. This is for buyers who already know they enjoy LEGO most when the finished result softens a room rather than dominates it. In this lane, the strongest choices are Bonsai Tree, Orchid, and Tranquil Garden. They do different jobs. Bonsai Tree is compact and disciplined. Orchid adds height and a more polished decorative look. Tranquil Garden feels like a true step up because it turns the category from object display into scene display. That difference matters. A strong upgrade should make your shelf feel more intentional, not just more occupied. Tranquil Garden is especially good for that because it brings visual layering, calm color balance, and enough build variety to feel like time well used without becoming exhausting. Orchid is better if you want something vertical and neat. Bonsai Tree is better if your space is tighter and you want flexibility. For many adult buyers, this is the safest and smartest under 200 lane because the sets stay relevant even if you never expand into a larger collection. The second path is the showcase upgrade. This is for buyers who want a stronger sense of presence without crossing into a truly large display commitment. Here the most reliable choices are the Great Wave, the Starry Night, a Frame Cabin, and Medieval Blacksmith. These sets start to reward slower observation. They are less about one silhouette and more about detail, texture, and the feeling that the object keeps giving back after the build is done. The Great Wave works best when wall-leaning or shelf-layered display matters more than volume. The Starry Night is stronger if you want a clearly artistic centerpiece with depth. A Frame Cabin is one of the best upgrade moves in the whole category because it feels complete without feeling oversized. Medieval Blacksmith is excellent for buyers who want density and story, but it asks for a little more display confidence. This path suits people who are ready for a set that starts conversations but still fits into normal living spaces without forcing a dedicated LEGO zone. The third path is the fandom step up. This is where buyers often overspend too early, so the upgrade needs discipline. The best under 200 choices are the ones that capture the identity of a theme without demanding a full collector commitment. Millennium Falcon in the mid-scale format does that well. R2-D2 does it in a different way by turning character recognition into compact display. Great Hall does it by giving Harry Potter buyers a gateway into a larger world without requiring the full castle plan on day one. The key here is choosing a set that feels satisfying even if it remains your only purchase in that theme for a while. R2-D2 is strong for shelf friendliness and familiarity. Millennium Falcon is better for iconic shape and broad franchise appeal. Great Hall is strongest if you want a richer environment and the possibility of later expansion. A fandom upgrade is smart only when it works as both a standalone object and a future branch point. If it needs several follow-ups to feel complete, it is not the right first step in this budget tier. The fourth path is the mechanical upgrade. This is for buyers who want the build itself to be the main reward. In this lane, Ford GT, Lamborghini Huracan Technica, and Planet Earth and Moon in Orbit represent three useful directions. The car models are about form, sequence, and satisfying assembly rhythm. The Orbit model is about movement, concept, and desk-friendly interaction. A smart mechanical upgrade should leave you with either a display piece you still respect after the build, or a function you still enjoy demonstrating. Ford GT is a very balanced choice because it feels more serious than entry-level builds without becoming a shelf burden. Lamborghini Huracan Technica is a lighter commitment and works well when you want a cleaner, faster project. Planet Earth and Moon in Orbit is the better move if you want educational appeal and visible motion rather than pure automotive display. This path is ideal for buyers who care less about themed collecting and more about the feeling that the build had clear structure, momentum, and purpose from start to finish. The fifth path is the stop before premium path. This is for the buyer who wants one set that feels substantial enough to pause the urge for a much larger purchase. In this role, a frame cabin, tranquil garden, medieval blacksmith, and Great Hall stand out because they can feel complete on their own. They are not merely stepping stones. They can become the anchor of a small collection or the centerpiece of a selective one. What makes this path useful is restraint. Many people think the answer to wanting more Lego is a much larger box. Often the better answer is a more coherent under 200 set that already gives you depth, presence, and enough display reward to slow down future buying. A frame cabin is especially effective because it balances warmth, detail, and manageable size. Tranquil garden is excellent when calm display matters most. Medieval blacksmith is stronger for density and story. Great Hall is the best bridge for buyers who know they may build outward later. If you want one upgrade that can hold attention for a long time, this is the lane to study first. What should you avoid buying first in this category? Avoid using piece count, franchise loyalty, or internet prestige as your main filter. Those signals are too blunt here. A detailed set can still feel wrong for your shelf. A famous set can still be the wrong entry point for your habits. And a set that looks like a bargain on paper can still become background clutter if it does not fit how you live with Lego. More specifically, do not start with a dense story-heavy set just because you think more detail automatically means better value. Do not jump into a mechanical model if you mainly care about decorative display. Do not choose a theme gateway set if you know you do not want to continue the theme later. And do not buy a larger box to prove that you have moved beyond beginner territory. Longer 200 tier should reduce friction, not create it. If a set needs too much shelf depth, too much emotional investment in a franchise, or too much patience for a build style you are not sure you enjoy, it is not a smart first upgrade, no matter how attractive it looks. Final recommendation. If you want the safest all-around upgrade, start with Tranquil Garden. It offers strong display value, broad appeal, and a build that feels richer than small decorative sets without creating premium-level demands. If you want the best cabin-style centerpiece, choose A-frame cabin. If you want art-forward display, choose the Starry Night or the Great Wave depending on whether you prefer depth or graphic impact. If you want theme identity, choose R2-D2 for compact display or Great Hall for future expansion. If you want build mechanics first, choose Ford GT. The important part is that each of those recommendations solves a different upgrade problem. None of them needs to be the universal answer. Your best set is the one that improves how Lego fits your space, your schedule, and your attention span. In this category, smart buying is not about stretching for the biggest box you can justify. It is about choosing the set that makes the next purchase easier to understand and less urgent. The next step after an under 200 upgrade is not automatically spending more. It is noticing what the set taught you. Did you enjoy calm display more than detailed storytelling? Did you prefer build rhythm over shelf impact? Did a theme set make you want to go deeper, or did it satisfy the interest on its own? Those answers matter more than any general ranking, because they shape every future purchase. If your best result came from decorative calm, the next path may be botanical or art-focused. If your best result came from story-rich scenes, the next path may be selective premium display. If your best result came from mechanics, the next path may be a more involved technical build. That is why this budget tier matters so much. It is not just a price category. It is the cleanest test of your real preferences. Use it well, and the rest of your LEGO decisions get easier, cheaper, and more satisfying. Full long-term clarity starts with one smart upgrade, not a giant leap.